everybody, it's so good to be back. Welcome to my channel. I'm Clifta, and this is my leg workout for November 5th. And this Smith machine, the bar is 25 pounds by itself without any weights. And the first time I did these Smith machine squats, they were very hard. My body was stiff. I couldn't arch up. I couldn't get this deep because my legs were weak, and it was hard for me to get 8 to 10 reps on this. And this is probably my, I don't know, 6th, 7th, or 8th time or so doing squats. And each time it got a little bit better. I got a little bit stronger, and it took a good 3 to 4 times for me to get this deep again. I couldn't believe how stiff my body was, because this used to be easy for me, and when I tried to do these and I couldn't do it because of my legs being weak and my body being stiff, it made me question if it was possible to get back to this. And slowly but surely I got back to getting deeper and getting stronger. And this time I did 20 reps with this bar to warm up. And I think I've done that a couple different times, but it gets a little easier each time. And on this day, I actually went the heaviest that I've gone so far on these, which you guys will see coming up. And this is going to be my Recomp journey. I'm 6 months in, and I started a little bit in May, and then really got serious June. And I changed my eating in September, and I've been really good with my eating. My body is really starting to change now that I changed my diet. My muscles coming back, my body's not as stiff, and I just feel stronger. So this is 45 pounds, and I did 12 reps with this weight this time. And I'm sharing my journey because I want you to know that you can do it and that it's never too late. I just turned 58 last month, and when I first started my journey back, the worst shape of my life, and I'll be sharing some of those pictures later. I took pictures last year around this time, and I'm glad I did, because now I take pictures pretty much every week and I compare, and I've seen the changes. But after seeing the pictures I took last year, I'm like really happy, because sometimes you feel like you're not changing. And that was last October, and I think I got even worse from last October until May when I started. My butt was getting wider and flatter. It was starting to just disappear, and now you can see here it's a little more bubbly. It's starting to look harder and denser, and my waist has come down a lot. When I look back at those pictures, it made me happy, because I didn't remember myself being like I was. And looking back at like some of the older videos that I posted on here, and some footage that I had from, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago maybe, I didn't realize I was looking the way that I did. And you know, my mom passed away. It'll be 2 years in January. My friend, one of my best friends, passed away the September before, so he's been gone a little over 2 years. And then I lost one of my horses, and then last November, it's been almost a year now, I lost my heart horse. And I lost a cat, and I lost a dog. So I had a lot of loss the last 2 years, and I think it just really set me back a lot. Grief does a number on your body and your mind and your heart. This is my most weight so far. This was 55 pounds, and I did 8 reps, and it felt really good and strong. So I was really happy with this. My rest times in between my sets are about 3 minutes, and I'm not timing it. I just go when I feel like I'm ready to go again, because my goals are to get stronger, build my butt really big, and tone my legs, make my legs look a little more muscular, tight, get my waist down more, get some good abs, build my calves, and just to feel strong again, which I am. I'm definitely feeling stronger. I feel better, and I love the way my body's changed so far. And if you're on a recomp journey too, comment below and let me know. Let me know how old you are if you want to share that. Let me know when you started or if you're getting ready to start. Share your story below. I'd love to read it. And I think it would help other people too, so that way we can have a place to support each other. Since my goal is to put on more lean mass, build my muscles back, my rest time is usually between 3 and 4 minutes. I don't really time it. I didn't time it until I started to edit this video, and I was curious how long my rest times were. And they fall right around 3 minutes, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. I don't really time them. I've never timed them. I just go by how my body feels and when my body feels like it's ready to go again. So when you're trying to put on lean mass, you need that rest time in between. If you're going too quick in between sets, it's going to be hard to grow, because you're not getting all your air back. You're going to be not as strong as you could be. So the extra rest time helps you to go heavier on the next set and to push harder. So we need that rest time if you're trying to put on lean mass, which, being older, I think that should be one of our goals for everybody, because our lean mass naturally just decreases as we get older. And if you're not trying to stop that and reverse it by lifting weights and eating protein, then we lose lean mass. And I think the older we get, the faster it goes away if we're not doing something about it. This is my second set of RDLs. It's 45 pounds. I did 20 reps. And I don't know if you saw that I forgot to film the first set. And it was just the bar, which is 25 pounds. And I forget how many I did. I think 25. So it was 25 pounds for 25 reps. This is my second set. And I'm using a wedge this time. I think this is the second time I've used the wedge, and I really like how it makes it feel. And on these, my main focus is my glutes. And I go down stretching into my glutes and then squeezing my glutes to come back up, keeping my back flat. And I almost try to, when I go down, turn my tailbone up towards the ceiling, so I just really stretch into my glutes. At least that's what it feels like to me when I go down, like I'm trying to push my tailbone up towards the ceiling, kind of like if you were doing a down dog in yoga, how you turn your tailbone up towards the ceiling. That just makes me feel like I get a better stretch in my glutes, and it helps me to keep my back flat too. Working out and eating enough protein are so important as you get older, you know, and all this new stuff out there that they're saying, like this big revelation of like we're supposed to have 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. It's like that's what bodybuilders have done for a long time. It's nothing new, and I feel like I've gone back to what I know. You know, I'm doing the things that I used to do, and it's working. And you know, the thing about I say at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. It depends on your activity and what your goals are and what you're trying to do, but I say at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. Unless you're like not that active, you might not need that much, but protein is so important. And the older you get, the more important it is. And I found out the hard way back in 2018 when I started doing keto. which I did pretty good for about 4 years, I think. But I did notice I was starting to lose lean mass, and then I thought it was just because I was getting older, not working out consistently, and I noticed my arms and everything changing. I did lose some body fat doing that, and it did take away my sugar cravings, which I was a big sugarholic. Loved my carbs, loved my sugar, so it did get me away from that, and I feel much more in control of my eating since then. I feel like I can control myself around food, especially carbs and sugar. I don't really crave that anymore, and I think that's helped me to be better on my diet now. Checking out my butt pump. It's changed so much in the last 5 to 6 months. It was getting wide and flat, and as soon as I saw those pictures from June, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want my butt to look like that. I want to make it rounder and perkier. And this little girl right here is the one that is my inspiration to grow my butt bigger. Her name is Allison, and she's such a sweet, cute little girl with a nice big butt, and she's my inspiration to grow my butt bigger.
The gym not too long ago, and I'm like, I want one of those. So everybody, I haven't said my goals yet, but that's my goal, is to get a big butt like Allison. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you to Allison, if you see this, for letting me videotape that and show your butt to everybody. I just love her butt. She has such a cute little perky butt. Well, it's a big perky butt. And she's the one that inspired me to want to grow my butt bigger. And anyway, this is my first set of hip thrust. This is 75 pounds because the bar is 25 pounds. I have a 25 on each side. This used to be my heavy weight in the very beginning. I couldn't even do this weight in the very beginning. So this is a warm-up weight now. And I love this exercise. I never did these before. This is a newer exercise for me. And yeah, it's what all the girls with the big butts do. So that's why I'm doing it. And I really love doing it anyway, because it gives you a good burn in your butt, and it does make your butt grow. I think I first tried these 2, maybe 3 years ago. And I think I had just started doing these right before my mom passed. And then since then, I've just been really sporadic with my workouts, and then even to the point where I wasn't working out at all. And then that's when I started my journey back in May, June of this year. And since then, I've worked up to 205 pounds on the Smith machine, being my heaviest weight. And I think my rep range is 12 reps for that weight. So this here is 115 pounds. And on this day, I went up to another 25 on each side, which is 165 pounds, I think. Since these were my third exercise in my workout, I usually don't go to the 205 pounds. I usually stay a little bit lighter and try to focus on the squeeze more. Plus, it seems like when I do these second or third in my workout, they just burn a lot more too, especially when I do squats first. So on the days that I do these first, that's when I usually try to go up to the 205, just to stimulate the muscle more with a heavier weight. When I did keto, I also got into the intermittent fasting, and I think that's part of what made my lean mass drop too, was just the intermittent fasting. The keto, I was doing higher fat, less protein. Because I was doing higher fat, it made me not hungry. And so when I did the intermittent fasting, I would go all day until 2 or 3 or so in the afternoon before I ate anything, because I just wasn't hungry, and my body fell into that, not being hungry. So when I started back with my diet, in September and going back to what I know and what I used to do with more protein, a little bit of carbs, a little bit of fat. My carbs are kind of more moderate, so I've put carbs back in. I wasn't hungry in the beginning. I think that's what happens, and I talk to a lot of women that they say the same thing, that they're just not hungry, and I get that. But you have to eat. You have to eat your protein. Otherwise, your muscles are just going to waste away. And when your muscles waste away, guess what? It's easier to put on body fat. I had a bigger belly. I never had a belly before. And when I do show my before pictures, you'll see how much body fat I put on because my lean mass had shrunk so much, and I didn't realize that I was putting on the body fat like that. I mean, I kind of did, but when I saw pictures, I was like, what? That's not me. But I wasn't hungry when I started my diet, so you have to make yourself eat. Because when we don't eat, our body adjusts to the lower calories, and then we become not hungry because we've learned to just function on lower calories, and we lose lean mass. We're already losing lean mass as we get older, so then it declines even faster because we're not getting enough protein. And then if you're not working out on top of that, it's even worse. So we need to eat, we need to work out, and like I said, I've learned the hard way that you just have to do this. This has to be a part of your lifestyle if you want to live longer and be stronger as you get older and be more independent. And, you know, in the beginning, you're not going to be hungry. If you're not really eating that much, you're not going to be hungry, and you have to make yourself eat first thing in the morning. And what I do, though, I don't eat food right away. I put a little collagen in my coffee, and that gives me some calories, because I heard from Dr. Stacy Sims. She talks about how women need to have something within 30 minutes of waking up because that calms the cortisol spike. And so my little something is collagen in my coffee. And as I'm drinking my coffee with the collagen, I'm fixing my food for the day. And one of the meals that I fix is my morning meal. So once I get everything fixed, then my first meal, which is a little later than 30 minutes, it might be 45 minutes or so, maybe an hour after I wake up. And it's usually 3 egg whites with 1 whole egg. And that's how I start off my day every day. And I'm going to be talking about all of this and my story and my journey. I'm going to share it in different videos. And I wasn't sure how I was going to make this video, but I hope you guys like it. And this is a start. This is kind of where I am now, and I'll fill in the blanks as I go along. But if you like this video and how I did it and want to see more, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.